Swastiastu.
Hello.
Can you say Om Swastiastu?
Om Swastiastu.
Yeah, that is greeting in Bali.
Oh, Om
Okay.
Swastiastu.
Hello guys.
Hello.
My name is Komang.
Nice to meet you, Komar.
My name
Hi,
is Komang.
Cormac. There's this cute little Indo guy in this traditional outfit, and he's so sweet.
Today we will do activity here.
Okay.
The Mepantigan is mud wrestling, but we combination with the many martial art,
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Balinese culture, dancing,
Nice.
and then also music, Balinese music, traditional Balinese music.
See?
Oh my God, I'm
Isn't
so
that
excited.
amazing?
This is the
Don't
best
I
day
organize
ever.
the best things?
This
Okay.
is definitely once in a lifetime. This is so
Okay.
exciting.
So before we do activity, I give you surprise.
Yeah.
I love surprises.
Jack!
Oh, Jesus. Did ducks go anywhere? I am not prepared for this. Kara is off her face. She's so happy. But for me, I'm like, what's going on?
It's exactly like a marionette. And they were slapping their legs and like putting their tongues out, which I thought was pretty wicked actually. That's amazing! After they stopped that initial performance, they were like, okay, some of the girls came over to me and were like, yeah, we're gonna put you in our traditional outfit so you look the same as us. And I was like, this is awesome! Hey, oh my God, I'm so excited!
Swastiastu.
It's a beautiful dress. It's like batik cloth and it wraps really tight around you. And then we participate. So Kumang invites us to and teaches us some warm-up sequences.
Kato! Kato! Mix scary face. Kato!
I was like fully getting into it. I was like slapping my legs and fully like trying to pull the most ugly, scariest face I possibly could.
Sing can sing can changkato changkato sing can changkato changkato kato. Tiaga ha. Six ha.
So it was pretty funny. I found her quite entertaining too. So it made it lots of fun that kind of I was like super into it and she was kind of a bit scared.
Cha eat. Cha eat. Cirbo. S. Yok. Cir.
And then they decided to teach us fighting after we'd been dancing for God knows how long. And I even was able to take him down, so I was like loving life.
Go. Masakan go. Ready.
We walk to this field. There's beautiful musicians playing a song and there's like a dance going on. And then Kumang stands us up.
Andrea and I just kind of following everyone, and when they dance, we dance. And we kind of stood on the upper layer of the two mud pools. And Kumar is like, okay, it's time to jump in. And I was like, what? All of us, all the tribe, jump in the mud, and Andrea's still standing there.
I was like, yeah, no. We're just covered in mud. And Kara is totally loving this.
Pretty much completely covered in mud. I mean, like hair, body, face, everywhere. But once the fighting started, that's when it got serious. We were just standing there kind of hugging each other, but actually there was so much energy. We were like struggling to get each other down. And then finally I like slammed her into the mud. That kind of experience for me was once in a lifetime, and always wanted to like do something like that that's so spiritual, so tribal, so dirty and so rugged.
And finally, somehow, in the middle of all this chaos, I see Kumang bringing a duck. He tells me to close my eyes. I feel him putting these two little duck feet on my head. I was just going, what on earth is going on? Here I am, out of my element, covered in paint and mud. I've got mud dripping down my top and my back, like in places mud has never been, and there is a duck on my head. And slowly I'm told I have to stand up from being in a seated position and get back down. And I'm like, okay, this is, you can't make this stuff up.
I literally just had to like focus like you do in yoga when you do balancing acts in yoga. And I was like, don't let Bob fall off your head. So I was like really into it, like a trance and dancing. And I was able to go from sitting to standing, doing the dance with Bobby on my head. Tradition is that you kiss him. And so I gave him a big kiss and then he came and bit me on the nose, the little bugger.
Let's go to the Tango!
After we experienced that time with all the villagers and cleaning ourselves in the river, we went up into the huts and we changed back into some clean traditional clothes. And then Kuma said, I have another surprise for you.
Ta-da! We surprised them and we're gonna do a cultural thing. So we were wearing the traditional clothes from Balinese.
We're in pitch black, we're in traditional outfits, and then they were doing some kind of blessing. So they were coming over to all of us, they were putting flowers in our hair, and they put rice right here, which I guess is all about, comes back to appreciating rice and appreciating the earth and what is given to them. And then suddenly, like, all of the tribe and the men in the tribe started to like just get crazy again and get like scary again. And then they literally just lit the whole place on fire. Like, it was chaos. They were dancing and chanting and jumping on it.
It's so much fun watching that. It's something crazy.
They burn the coconut and makes the coconut as the football. Seeing them like that, they're so into it. They really treasure the culture.
It was unreal, the level of enthusiasm these guys had.
They've been doing this for years, since probably when they're a kid. It's passed on in generation by generation. It's nice that they preserve this kind of tradition and they feel it.
I felt really happy that they got to experience even just a little bit of what we had done that day, because it was so memorable and I wanted them to be a part of it.
Om Santi 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 Om. Thank you guys.
Thank you.